Take a seat, ladies and gentlemen, because in the next 26 minutes, we are in to explore a practical guide for singles preparing for marriage. Before You Say I Do by TATOH Kenneth is definitely a book which offers advice to help you build a strong foundation for a lifelong partnership. This is the second time I am having you, Kenneth, in this studio, and I know that we are up for a swell moment. You're welcome to The Book with Suzy.
Thank you very much, Susan. Thank you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to your audience too.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good. As you can see, you know, I'm always very excited each time I have you on this set, because I know that we are going to talk things that are very, very useful. You published Before You Say I Do. That was 2017, long time ago. Yeah. And this book is still making waves. Tell me, why did you decide to write on a topic like this one?
Well, I think the first reason I thought it is good to have something documented in this area is because by my observation of our society and what's going on in the marital space, I saw that most of the problems we have in marriage now are foundational. Yes, most of the problems we have in marriage are foundational. Many people miss out on the issues they need to address before they say, I do. Many people miss out on the processes they need to go through before they tie the knot. So at the end of it all, the repercussions are a lot of marital stress, a lot of separation and divorce and all of these other vices we all observe in the marital space, which is a very big problem to any society that wants to emerge, because the nucleus of society is the family, and family is built on marriage. If we want to have a healthy society, we need to have healthy families. And if we want to have healthy families, we need to have healthy marriages. So when we miss out at the foundational level, the tendencies are very high that along the line we won't be able to fix it.
Okay, this is a 93-page book, which is divided into 6 different parts. Briefly tell us more about this captivating literary work.
Yeah, I think most of the issues that we need, or I thought we need to address as a society, is first of all to understand exactly why God created marriage, because He is the author. You know, sometimes in our discussions we get to talk about African marriage, Western marriage and all of that. In God's scheme of things, there is nothing like African marriage or Western marriage. Okay. He is the author of marriage, and it's true there will be some cultural context within which some things will operate, but there are core principles, there are core aspects of marriage that must cut across the board, be it in Africa, Europe, America, Australia, Asia, and what have you. So we need to know this. So one of the aspects that we introduce the book with is to really know the design and the purpose of marriage, so that people get into it with the full knowledge of what they are getting into, and not with the twisted notions that many of us have in today's society. We also talk about the steps that lead to marriage. Yeah, because sometimes good relationships could be spoiled by the lack of procedure, or the vice of procedure, when you reverse certain things. Yeah, because you know, when the horse is supposed to drag the cart, and rather you see that the cart is before the horse, there is a problem.
There's a problem, exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then in the book also we also have the art of self-preparation. How do you prepare for marriage? Because sometimes some people think because you've grown breast or you've grown a deep voice, that baritone that comes here, you're ready for marriage, which is not the case. There are dynamics that must be able to be in place for it to be that you are ready for marriage. And we also have in the marriage how you can you to prepare for your wedding day, for your wedding processes. Yeah, which cuts across the preparing for, you know, the human resources, preparing for, you know, how you can budget and come across in your marriage with less distress.
That is how he presents this book, which we enjoin you to get a copy and go through, most especially those who are in the process of getting married. Permit us take our first break. Forward And we are glad to have Ebon Charlotte Suzy Neva. She's telling us why every single person needs this book on his or her shelf. Take a listen.
There is a popular saying that goes thus: he who does not bleed during preparation will bleed in the battle. There are a lot of misconceptions about marriage in our society. People enter marriage with different reasons, different ideologies, and different motives, some of which end up bringing consequences. We have divorce here and there, we have separation, we have domestic violence. A lot of things happen due to the lack of preparedness or the knowledge of the purpose of marriage or what marriage is all about. So it is important as individuals who are ready or who want to go into marriage to get a copy or to lay hands on this book so that they'll be more prepared and more informed. This is going to help reduce a lot of conflict, reduce a lot of divorce, reduce a lot of domestic violence. You know, marriage is a beautiful thing, and marriage is a divine institution that brings about two different individuals with two different beliefs, cultural background, and a lot more. It is important that before such unions are formed, there should be preparedness. If you have somebody who is planning to get married, the best gift you can give that person is this book. It has a lot of content. My husband and I are beneficiaries of this book. We read this book before we got married, and presently this book does not end before you get married. It still helps even when you are in marriage. So wherever you are, a big advice I will give is do well to get a copy of this book, be it for a friend, be it for yourself, so that you will be prepared not to bleed in the battle.
You're welcome back. And we are in conversation with the author of Before You Say I Do, TATOH Kenneth. You say there are 4 broad steps in the marital process which have been found very relevant and useful, holding premarital relationship in integrity for a good marital life. Present them for us.
Okay, before I get there, there
Okay.
is something I want to highlight, which is very important.
Okay.
Yes, and that is why in the book I was intentional about do I call it prefix? Broad. Yes, I was intentional about it because it will be very misleading when you want to be very scientific and mechanical about relationship issues. Yes.
It's something which is flexible.
There is a lot of flexibility, yet there are broad principles that have proven the test of time. They have shown that over time they work. And if you want to pick something in isolation, it will be very misleading. Now, let me just give you a little experience we had. We organized a meeting for singles and youths in Douala sometime in the past, not too long ago.
Okay.
And we were trying to discourage the issue of people meeting online and then sealing marital deals. So one lady was like, "No, I have my sister who lives in America. She met with one guy online, and they discussed on Facebook, and they came, did their marriage and everything."
And it worked.
I said, "Okay, that is a one-off thing." And I won't. Now, after about 1 year something, I asked her, "How is that your sister?" She said, everything came crumbling. So in the early days, it may look like. So what I'm saying to say is that most often we could have a relationship that could be an ideal one, could be a very good relationship, but based on the fact that people, they kind of skip some steps. Yes, some of the things come crumbling.
Okay.
Yeah. Number one, when two people want to settle in marriage, it starts with dating.
Dating.
A boy sees a girl, loves the girl, and create rapport. That's the meaning of dating in this context. You create a rapport because you not just meet somebody maybe for the first time and say, I want to marry you. Yeah, it will be strange, right?
Very, very strange.
All right. So there is that moment of discussing, trying to connect, trying to find out one or two things and all of. Make sure it is dignified or is dignifying.
When you say it is dignifying, what does that mean?
It means within that period, make sure the boundaries are clear so that at the end of the day, your relationship is not built on sand. It should be built on rock. When I say on sand, for example, when a factor like premarital sex enters relationships, a relationship, sorry, not relationships, there is a tendency that you could end up settling in a marriage based on the experience you've had and the moment where you are supposed to be asking the right questions. You use that mouth to rather be kissing. You should use the mouth to ask the right questions that will have a repercussion on the relationship far into the future.
Okay.
Don't laugh.
Well, I'm not laughing. The issue is that when you're talking, I'm just visualizing certain things, and certain experiences, and of course.
All right, that was on a lighter note.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. So the first of things is that dating. After that, the boy now asks the lady's hand in marriage, and when the lady accepts, they have stepped into the phase of the relationship called courtship. And courtship is that moment where the two of them want to know one another. They discuss to know their likes and their likes, their visions, want to know where they're headed to in life and all of that. And within this period, it is very advisable that you begin premarital counseling immediately. Many people have trivialized this aspect of premarital relationships, and it has landed them to issues that they will never have loved to enter into. Very important. Make sure you begin premarital relationship. You work with the counselor, and my advice is always that within this time, keep the relationship in a very low profile. Don't go around announcing here and there. Because you people, it is just a promise to marry, for heaven's sake. It's not yet marriage. And if marriages break, what about a promise to marry? So at this time, keep it low. Let it be low key so that you people work on some things to see how possible it is going to be for you to settle in marriage. And then
the engagement state.
Yeah, after that now you enter the engagement state where families get involved now. Families start talking, family heads begin to discuss issues that are for the elders. Then after that, you now get into formalizing the marriage at the level of 1, the traditional formalities. Number 2, the civil engagements, that's the civil formalities. And then 3, blessing it within your religious context, as the case may be. For a Christian, blessing it in church. I'm intentional about blessing in church. I didn't say white wedding. Blessing it in church. Because a marriage that has just been blessed is not in any way less than a marriage that was with a lot of fanfare and long gowns and all of that. The key point during that ceremony is when the vows are exchanged and when the spouse or the couple is being blessed.
Okay, that is amazing. So did you find yourself in all what he just mentioned here? I guess, yes, you did. I guess that all that resonated with you. Well, it's enough reason for you to get a copy of this book and read. Our Vox Pop is on now, and we are asking this question: how can singles better prepare themselves for marriage? Okay. Just be attentive to what people out there are saying.
Getting into marriage, as a single, you need to really take advice, prepare yourself psychologically and especially morally, and know the kind of home that you want to build, so that you can know the kind of person that you want to make your life with. So if you are unable to answer this question, it'll be difficult for you to better prepare for marriage. And also, it's always good to meet people who have been in marriage, like your elders, your mothers, your fathers. They can better advise you, because often said, what an old man can see sitting, a young man cannot really see. Marriage is something that when you get into it, you'll be seeing that person morning, afternoon, evening, and you should be able to be psychologically ready to accept that and manage the person how the person is. So going to marriage, you need to be very prepared and especially financially stable. Because without finances, you can't eat love and have a good marriage.
For singles to prepare themselves for marriage, You start by perfecting your life in some areas, your milieu of interaction count, your environment, the people with whom you move and do exchange your ideas must be people who are grooming you for that. If you are single and you move with a friend, be you a boy or a girl, that does not have the same philosophy you have or what you are thinking in future, it will be difficult for you. So your entourage counts a lot. You must go closer to those who are already married to seek advice from them.
If you're just joining us, then you are watching the book with Suzy, and we are reviewing this amazing piece of literature. Before you say I do, it is written by TATOH Kenneth. Kenneth, I just want you to react to that vox pop.
I won't say anybody's wrong in what they said, but importantly, preparing for marriage has to do with preparing to be, one, a friend. Number two, to be a husband or a wife. Number three, to be a father or a mother. Number four, to be somebody, to be an instrument of purpose. Because the reason for which people get married, importantly, at the foundation of every marriage, there should be a purpose. There should be a compatibility of the goals that the two people want to achieve in the future. Because you see, sometimes when people want to get married, right, there will be this attraction. Maybe somebody saw your specs will be tall, chocolate color, deep voice, biceps, and all of that.
All of that.
Yes, at a certain point in time, all of these features will fade away. That is love. I call that love at infancy.
Okay.
Over time, you want to see somebody that you can stand with, you can talk with, you can walk with, somebody that can, in fact, somebody whose presence in your life makes you a better version of yourself. Not someone who, after the good looks and everything, hits you, cheats on you, that talks you down.
And you
all of
think
that.
it's normal? Well, there is this question which I've been dying to ask you as a counselor, because I have come across a situation, not a personal experience, but a situation where a lady, there is a man who has proposed to a lady, and she feels that the man is not the kind of a man she want to be with, but because she's already of age, do you think that she has to accept that man because she thinks that her time is already over?
That question is very tricky, and that is one of the traps many people are falling into there. And what we don't understand is that I am of the opinion that it is better to stay single than enter a personal wilderness in the name of marriage.
Okay.
Yes, there are many singles that are happy. There are many singles that are fulfilling their purpose. There are many singles that are, in fact, they've put themselves together and they are moving on with life. There is a relationship you can enter into which may not only drain you of the self-confidence and the self-image you had, but will end up even taking your life away.
Okay.
So I encourage people not to base down their standards in order for them just to get married. Yes, nobody wants another one to be an angel so you can marry them, because you yourself are not an angel.
That's true.
But there are basic criteria.
He has said so much, and I think let's take time to digest all what he has said and now continue with our series. Remember, during the other edition of this program, we began with an interesting aspect. We're taking from our shelf the aspect of discovering a library or discovering libraries, and our resource person this time around is talking to us about the kind of services and resources that libraries offer. Let's watch.
Libraries, as I mentioned earlier, should be located everywhere. So it means that they provide a wide variety of resources. They range from books to digital sources. And also, one very important thing that libraries are bringing this day is bringing what we say life to the library. And this is in the form of programs. So apart from the books, physical books that you find, we give access to digital resources, and then we do a lot of library programming. This programming could be on entrepreneurship, democracy, civic engagement. It all depends on whom your community is and also how you're responding to the needs or to the goals of the mother organization. Let me take a simple example. If you have a library in a school and that school deals with, let's say, geographical information, most of the time people requesting for geographical information will come to that. So you have geographical information services that they will provide. So it all depends on what you're looking for. But these days, libraries are doing a lot in terms of programming. So we are transitioning, not just relying on books, we're giving access to digital sources. And also, libraries are now serving as connectors between the community and the resources.
Welcome back. We are going to be drawing the curtains on this edition of the program in a few minutes. But Kenneth, I want to find out from you, what are some misconceptions that you think people have about marriage, which you want to clear that out now?
There are many. Number one, many people think marriage is going to come to fix their weaknesses. Yes, marriage does not fix weaknesses. Marriage may only amplify them. So it's a misconception. If you have issues, please deal with them when you are still single. If you have challenges, handle them while you still have time, because when you enter into marriage, you may settle with a spouse who may even only help to get the things amplified, the weaknesses amplified. Number two, one of the things I want to talk about is that the expectations that many people take into marriage are they're weird. Don't get into marriage because you think this is a poverty alleviation scheme for you. Marriage is not a job. Marriage is not employment. Be useful. Make your life useful before you get married. Because many people, you just fold your hands and stay, and you're waiting for that day when the Mr. Right is going to come, and then your life is going to take a better shape. No. In fact, nobody wants to marry and become a nursery school teacher or become a wheelbarrow pusher. You are pushing you all your life like a wheelbarrow. So people should fix their lives.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You will not know why I'm smiling, but just go ahead.
When people are still single, they should fix their issues. Some other poor expectations that people have sometimes is that when they get married, all their problems are going to be fixed in one day. Yeah.
You definitely have a lot of questions to ask, but there is a section in this book that presents or that answers so many questions, and one of those your questions might be amongst them. What I would advise you is to get a copy and read. If anyone is interested, tell us, how do they contact you?
All right, my phone number is 675-270883. I repeat, it's 675-270883. You can have copies of that book also in Wisdom Book Mart in Douala. Yeah, so but when and other places when I'm contacted on the phone, I can direct wherever the book can be gotten.
Okay, hope that you took down that number. Thank you, Kenneth, for coming. And I know that there are other publications that, or there are other books that you have written, and this is not going to be the last time for you to sit on this chair. You will be back, right?
Thank you very much. Anytime you call, I'll be here.
Okay, thank you very much for watching this edition of the program, The Book with Suzy. I will be back next time with another interesting piece of literature. Bye-bye.